Welcome to issue 284 of Critical Encounters, a podcast about Marvel Champions, a living card game by Fantasy Flight Games. Here, we take a good look at that most critical piece of the game, the encounter sets. We'll discuss those poorly understood characters, unfairly labeled villains, and their various plans to shape humanity and benefit the planet, as well as those so-called heroes intent on thwarting them. I'm one of your hosts, James. Och med mig ikväll, Danielle. Hey, Danielle.
Hi. Hey.
Hey. Beklagar detta allt jag kan på norsk. And I guess I've also got Steve here with me too. Steve, you there?
My God, what is happening? What is happening? Is that
Yep.
what was that?
This is totes my limit for the American language. I'm literally not even joking. So this is what you get. I did the Norwegian thing for Danielle, and
that was nice of you.
This is
what were you apologizing for? I just heard you say Becklager about something, and I didn't know what.
Oh, that's all the Norwegian I've got.
Oh, that's all. Yeah. Okay.
I'm wondering if this is the real Darcy or not. That's what I'm wondering. If this is the real Darcy from the languages.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
I do like that sometimes foreigners don't know what to do with an American accent, and so go Valley Girl, which was kind of an 80s thing.
In a very specific location.
That was a choice I made. I could have gone different directions. I've got a whole bag of other tropes with me. Actually, if I go pulling in the 1 second. Oh,
there's got to be the Southern accent, right?
I've got a different trope. Here you go.
Great.
I've got little stick-on goatees for you guys. These are going to come in later. Here's one for you, Daniel.
Okay.
Here's one for you, Steve.
Oh, thank you.
If you guys had a bit more hair, you guys might actually look like Tony Stark when you put them on. But let's hold on to them for now.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, right. I suppose.
Well,
since it's not
James.
hair. Wait, what?
James, welcome back.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You've been doing a lot of great work on this podcast the last couple months. Thank you.
I keep missing you.
Well, Daniel's been away.
In my sporadic attendance, basically what I found, Steve, is that there's just plenty of better people out there to be sitting in this chair. So
wait a minute. That is not true.
Thanks.
That is not true.
Thanks, James, for being
better.
Wait. If you mean better as in they are more good as in alignment towards the hero side, that is true, because you are the real villain here, Daniel. Not that.
That's really kind of you to say. No. But yeah, thanks, James. It's been great listening to your voice on the recent episodes.
It is always a pleasure to walk up here where the air is thinner and fresher than the sweaty, fart-ridden sublayer that we find ourselves
a lot fewer conches as well.
It is ripe. So
the Wi-Fi works. Yeah.
Now it does. Yeah.
I mean, up here, it's always worked. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So for that one time, someone spilled coffee on the Sentinel computer thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
When they were complaining about the Wi-Fi, I didn't remember that us ever wiring it. So I was surprised that was even possible. But whatever.
When you were away, Mike briefly surprised us, and he actually he's probably changed it now. He gave us passwords for the day to get onto your Wi-Fi. So I'm sure he's changed it by now. He still lurks around. Yeah. Well, before you put a goatee on your face, why don't you tell me what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, okay. Thanks, James. So a couple things, actually. One is we received a comment on our Happy Father's Day issue from Ryan Sanio, but Steve, I think it's really for Mike.
So maybe.
I'll read it. But it's for Mike, everybody, and you'll understand why. It's our first 1-star rating.
Oh.
But I think I think it's just a 1-star in the comment.
Okay.
And about a specific episode. So Steve, where do you even get these comments on specific episodes? Where do they show up?
This came off of Spotify. You can leave little comments and stuff on any Spotify episode. So go for it, folks.
Why don't people do that more?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Unless they're going to send us things like Ryan Sanio does here. So 2 days ago, we received this from Ryan about the Cyclops Happy Father's Day issue, 274. This episode did not feature a parody of Bust a Move called Blast the Dudes, 1 star.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Mike can only write those lyrics about what, once every 8 months?
Yeah, I
Something like
mean,
that?
there are so many good options, like we did last week, Blue Moon, and we didn't do a parody of Blue Moon. So, like, we really missed the boat on that.
Well, what would the parody be, though? It would have to be blue. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it could just, I mean,
Yeah.
it writes itself, sort of, but yeah, we missed it. So,
Well, so thank you, Ryan, for writing to us. That was great. You know, any press is good press, right, fellas?
right,
So,
Yep.
um, so another thing on my mind is my family and we just came back yesterday from a wonderful 6-day trip to Iceland. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, a place I have always wanted to go. It's one of the few places on the globe that my wife hasn't been to. And it's summer there. It's kind of a high tourist season, but near the end of it. And it's 21 hours of daylight. Like so much about
oh,
the place is like alien landscape. So you land there, you get in the rental car and you start driving and you're just in these like lava flats and there's active volcanoes around you and there's just
This
and
is wild, Daniel. I've been there 3 times,
yeah,
and you can leave the airport.
yes,
I go,
yes.
damn, I've been missing a trick.
It turns out
I've been
that
3
you can.
times.
but you never left the
Yeah.
airport?
You
It's a
know,
beautiful inside of an airport. I love the
it's a
connections
great,
there.
great airport. And you know, James, I've talked to a lot of people who like have said, well, I've been to the airport, right? Because it's like a nice way to stop on your way to Europe.
My uncle still lives
But
in Reykjavik. I still haven't been to see him.
oh, you should. It
Uncle
is a
Jay, I'll get out to see you.
Uncle Jay, thank you for hosting me for 5 days in Reykjavik.
Please
It
make sure to
was
leave a 2-star review after listening
yeah,
to this podcast.
yeah. Beautiful city, incredible country. We just had such a wonderful time. And it's like going that far, knowing that you're there for a short time and that there's you've done like less than 1% of what a place has to offer, but it already kind of shifts your perspective on other things. And it's like I know that when I travel, it's it's often frustrating. There are often hiccups, like something goes wrong, or
You're traveling with
like
kids.
you're traveling with kids. Although my kids from day one have been great travelers, so I've been very blessed about that. But like, I, but something always happens that makes you kind of miss home, right? And sort of the way things work and the processes that you understand, and like, but Iceland didn't have that for me, and it was one of those things where I was there and like I was fully there. And it's been a very long time since I felt that way, where I, you know, basically upon landing and I was just like, I'm not thinking of home. Like, and I'm not thinking of the States. I'm not
That's
like
great.
all the frustrations that I have, which I've aired on occasion here
Yeah.
about living in this land. Um, I, I let them go and it was easy to let go there because the place operates in no way like this place, and it was just the it's been a long time since I've felt that kind of I guess the word is comfort with myself, with my like the time and the space to be there and with my family. It was great. And I can't remember a trip where I did not lose my mind at one point and embarrass my family and all that kind of stuff. And my daughters were like, "Hey, let's have a trip where you don't have a moment." I'm like, "Perfect." And I didn't have my travel moment, and it was just I haven't felt that way in a very long time.
You're
And
you're you're
and
back and recharged, ready to
yeah, I'm
go.
back and recharged, but like
All
having
right.
seen things that I don't like are they were just awesome, like awe-inspiring. Like just the landscape, the people we met, the stuff that we got to do. And like we went there without really a plan. And the country is just okay with that, right? You don't need to have an itinerary planned to the minute. We just sort of went there. You know what I mean? And it was just,
Cool.
oh, yeah. So I I just want to share that with you guys. Like it's just like sometimes you have to go very far away to find what it is you like about maybe also where you're from, but also who you are, who you aren't, who you want to be. I don't know. So I kind of had that moment there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a very non-bogus journey.
Yeah. But enough about me. What do you guys think about me? um, but Steve,
One star. One star.
1 star. Steve, sadly, something ends today, and I think you should talk about it.
Oh yeah. Well, first, Daniel, I'm glad to have you back. I look forward to some consistency here with you back.
Yeah, I might
and ready
actually
to
be
go.
back now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
mhm.
I know summer's ending, and the other thing that ends today is our Loki contest. So it's been running for a couple weeks. It will shut down at some random point today when I get a chance to do it. So if you're listening to this early in the day and you still have not connected to our Google form and put down your information to win the Loki Trickster Takedown Pack, you better hurry up. Sometime this afternoon, Eastern Standard Time, the contest will end, and we'll announce some winners after that. So, yeah, go win a contest, and maybe, just maybe, we have more than one scenario pack to give away.
1.2. You have some misprints, don't you?
We were provided an additional scenario pack by the fine folks at Fantasy Flight Games via Gen Con, and so we have 2 packs to give away, actually.
That
So
can't possibly be true.
it is very much true.
Oh my
Is it
goodness.
pre-used? No?
I don't think it's pre-used. I haven't checked. So, I didn't look. I don't know.
Give it a good
So,
sniff. Give it a good sniff.
Yeah, it's a little ripe, but I mean, it came all the way. It made it. Our traveling representative Maka went to Gen Con, and via Maka, went from FFG to him to us and out to one of you. So
Wow.
hopefully, I
Well
don't have to
done,
send it
Maka.
back to Maka. So
I really want him to win the contest. I
I
think
was
that'd
like,
be great.
shoot, you should have just kept it. But
Wait a minute. Minions can enter this contest?
well, Scott did it that one time against the rules. I mean, if you're a minion and you're not breaking rules, what kind of minion are you?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Last time I tried to break. Never mind.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not falling for that.
Collars are still here. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Go do the contest. All right. Well, okay. Contests, travel,
There's gotta be
reviews.
something.
Segway.
Psst.
Segways.
You have a good one?
You have a segue? Like the little thing
I
you ride
don't.
on? Or,
But why don't I tell you about Dark Beast?
That was the greatest segue.
How do you guys feel about me telling you a little bit about Dark Beast this evening?
yeah. Why don't you tell us about Dark Beast? We're gonna do something different tonight, though, about Dark Beast, aren't
What?
we?
Wait.
Just slightly different than we normally do for a villain scenario.
I bet you didn't tell James that, which is
I-
villainous of you, Steve. I
He
appreciate
knows.
it.
He knows.
Oh,
He says this. I'm not sure I do know.
Astute followers who look at their podcast player might notice this just says Dark Beast. It doesn't say part 1. So we're just going to do all of Dark Beast tonight. The modular set is very tiny. So we're going to talk lore. We're going to do every card in his modular set all in one part. So you do not have to wait until next week to get Dark Beast part 2. So if you like it this way, let us know. If you don't like it this way, let us know.
All right, fellas. Pop quiz for you. If you can peel off that little sticky paper from the back of those goatees and just slap them on.
got it.
Okay. Yep.
Ooh, what is the
It pinches my real goatee. It's like pulling on the hair, but okay.
what is the glue you used, James?
I'm glad you asked that now that you put it on, and I will tell you in a few years' time when I find out how to get it off. Little quiz for you, gentlemen. Which of these ridiculous evil twins or doppelgangers are real? I've got Evil Abed, the darkest timeline from Community. Mirror Spock, the goatee-ridden, Star Trek alternative. We've got Nega Scott, Scott Pilgrim's moody, shadowy nemesis. Somebody called Dark Beast. Dark Beast. Hank McCoy, but without a conscience. And then I've also got someone called Bizarro, Superman's backwards speaking clone, and also nice Eric Cartman.
Aren't they all real? I mean, real as in fiction, real fictional characters?
Well, that ruins my joke if you say that.
I never heard of the Scott Pilgrim one, so I'll say
Neither
the
had
Scott
I.
Pilgrim one.
I've heard of Evil Abed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of Dark Beast.
Aha. They were all real, you fools.
What?
You never saw it coming. Yeah.
Wait, even nice Eric Cartman?
Yeah,
Uh,
I
oh,
love
you've
his
never.
evil.
Yeah,
His
Spooky
evil
Fish.
twin is the good guy.
Yeah.
Wow, you don't see this every day. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's like I'm looking in a mirror. Dude, this is hella weird.
He's the evil one.
He's super nice to Kyle. He's like really helpful, and they try to keep him and send back the other Cartman with the evil doppelgangers instead. But enough about South Park. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, no, but okay, go on.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a whole other spin-off we could do.
Yeah.
Okay. Please bear with me, folks. I'm real sorry for any of you that managed to keep all of these different timelines in check. I am doing my best, having never read any of these particular issues, like as a big run. It's just too much. X-Men have been going for a long time. As I
Mhm.
understand it, I think that like Beast actually died. He was killed off last year, after like a 40-year run or 60-year run or whatever it is. He was officially retired last year before being cloned back again. Although, funnily enough, even when they said goodbye to him, he'd kind of ironically turned to be a little bit more like Dark Beast, which I think is one of the more beautiful things about any of these dark, the doppelgangers, the evil twins. Often they provide this like just interesting foil to show, well, really, don't we all have a little bit of both in us? If we take this little turn here, this little turn there, maybe they're a little bit extreme, but that's entirely, I think, what's happening with Hank McCoy. But let me set the scene. Have you ever heard of Apocalypse?
Yes.
Yes.
What about Charles Xavier?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Finally, Magneto.
Yes.
Okay, so 2 out of 3 is pretty good.
Yep.
Charles dies. Magneto takes up the cause instead. He's inspired before Charles sets up the X-Men. Magneto's inspired by all of that. And even Magneto's like, maybe I'd have become Magneto, bad Magneto, if I hadn't, been trying to live up to my friend Charles's beautiful example. But in this example, in this world, it's the Age of Apocalypse timeline, otherwise known as Earth 295. And in this one, Magneto is the good guy, arguably has always been the good guy. And one of the people hiding in the shadows of this broken world is the twisted mind of one of the X-Men's brightest, and that is Henry Hank McCoy as Dark Beast, a horrific blend of genius and cruelty, right? Classic combination. Yeah.
It's good.
Brilliant scientist who's maybe discarded any sense of ethics. Kind of just sounds potentially very normal when I think about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am pro-science. I want to put that out there. Believe in science. Not suggesting scientists don't have any sense of ethics. That's not true. Love you, scientists. But this one has really thrown all of that away. Instead of trying to cure mutations or protect fellow mutants, he becomes Apocalypse's chief geneticist and mad experimenter. So we're basically taking Darwinism on a global scale where Homo superior is where it's at. And he's going to pour all of his energy and attention into forwarding manipulation, creating grotesque genetic manipulations, horrific bioengineering experiments, and turning mutants and humans alike into weapons or monstrosities. Cool.
Cool.
Okay, let's do the cards.
Oh, is that it?
No, I'm kidding. So he came out.
Oh, wait a minute, James. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt. None of this sounds
Please.
like Kelsey Grammer at all.
Correct.
I'm
really
Can you remind
confused.
me what a Kelsey Grammer is?
Well, I mean, it's nothing like he was on Cheers. It was nothing like he was on Frasier.
Wait a minute, let me go into my trope bag. Is this like an American reference that I'm not going to get?
Well,
yeah. It's an American actor who plays Beast in the X-Men movies.
It's Kelsey Grammer, like America's nice guy, who apparently in real life is actually more of a dark beast than.
Yeah, I think that's true.
But yeah.
Kelsey Grammer, if you're listening, leave us a review.
Anyway, the American listeners will appreciate, I'm sure, my Kelsey Grammer reference.
100%. Yes, and I am familiar with the name. Admittedly, not not tremendously. Anyway, moving on. He's in the Age of Apocalypse series, first created in X-Men Alpha #1 in 1995, and he really perfectly embodies kind of the moral decay of the timeline, showing what happens when power and intelligence go unchecked without any form of compassion. And
Mm.
sound familiar? When Age of Apocalypse the timeline starts to collapse, a phenomenon that happens when what do they do? I think that he uses the Mcron crystal, that Mcron crystal thing from
To
Dark Phoenix
yeah,
stuff,
to like
Phoenix stuff.
end the apocalypse timeline.
It's like
Yeah.
because that crystal is like a nexus point between all of these multiverses and this and that, and for whatever reason, he ends up in 616, and he is not there to look for help or redemption. He is there ready to just continue going. So he does find his way out from the apocalypse worlds and over to this one. I'm not sure that I would say that he was time traveling that much. Uh, Cues for later and for previous episodes. I think he has been to Genosha. Not so sure about the Savage Land, and I'm pretty sure he's never made it to Blue Moon. So just putting that out there for whatever reason, in case we reference them later on. You never
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Uh, and really, what sets him apart isn't just his scientific genius, but it's really it is that complete lack of empathy, complete lack of moral compass. Hank, that we know, like the 6161, who's constantly wrestling with the consequences of his intellect, of his mutations. In the past, he tried to create stuff to decelerate his mutation, but instead it's amplified it, which is how he ended up being the full-time blue furry thing, which he was not the whole time. He was much more human-like originally, but 616 Hank was trying to create things to help mutants. This one don't really give a crap and is really just fueled and focused on the science. He just wants to do the science, guys. Okay? His fur is darker shade of blue-gray, his eyes are glowing red. Sometimes he wears goggles, though they're a little less like the visors that the cool kids like to wear as sunglasses these days, and they're typically a bit more circular and steampunky, if that makes sense. Um, and he's really he's worked as a rival geneticist to Mr. Sinister, who obviously is also a pretty competent geneticist. He's hidden in the underground tunnels of the Morlocks, where he was doing genetic manipulations in secret. He has spent some time replacing the real Beast by imprisoning him behind a wall in the mansion, and then he impersonated him to fool people like Professor Charles Xavier. Pretty cool. So,
Nice.
identity thief, add that to the mix. And then he keeps popping up repeatedly, often working behind the scenes to manipulate events for his own ends. So if you take people like Norman Osborn, he's even done stuff with him. He's done things. He's popped in and out with a group of different people, almost always just there to serve his own needs. And again, when you look at Regular Beast and Dark Beast, Regular Beast kind of has this little bit of a wrestle of like, well, what are the consequences of what I'm doing? What's going to happen if I do this? And he's more focused on maybe things for the future, for good. You take someone like Mr. Sinister, he falls somewhere in between where he's focused on what he wants to achieve, and he's happy to have this take, generations and generations for them to actually finally get to where he wants them to be. And then you get Dark Beast, who's much more ruthless and is, I'm doing this now. What do I need to do to have these results that I want to have happen right now? And he has no red lines that he's unwilling to cross to make it go and happen. So pure genius, savage in nature. Again, summing up the general sense of Dark Beast. When it does come to his time side of things, he has absolutely also been involved in time and dimensional manipulation because he did manage to make it over to 616. I can't really tell if we'd think of that as being much of a time meddling situation, but it's certainly at least got him out from where he was into this other place. And it's when he gets to the 616 that he becomes much more of a competitor in a way to Mr. Sinister, who's already well established in 616. And so the two of them have a bit more of kind of a rivalry between them. And obviously, it's where he continues to go off and do all of his awful things to other people over here as well. Unlike other X-Men time travelers like Cable, who are going to fight to protect timelines, or Bishop, who's hunting temporal criminals, Dark Beast has used times and dimensions really mostly just to expand his lab across the multiverse and really try and make his reach impossible to contain. And that, my dear friends, is really all I know about Dark Beast. he is the opposite of Beast. Only the more that I started to read about regular Hank McCoy, it kind of really seems like he eventually started to make that kind of
Gives into
turn.
his
Kind of. We've got one. The original was conflicted. Um, he'd be a bit wavering in what he wanted to achieve, whereas Dark Beast has like no concerns with crossing any kind of red lines. The original's looking for peace. The other one's looking for control and domination. The original's looking, has yeah, it's all the typical tropes that we expect to see of these kinds of things. But the reality is that it's somewhere down in the middle that Beast is more. He's not just an evil twin. He's more like a cautionary tale. He shows us what happens when intellect loses empathy, when curiosity becomes cruelty, and when progress really is just translated straight into pain. He's not the Joker. He's not sinister. He's worse because deep down, he starts as someone that we think that we could really trust and get behind, which I suppose in many ways makes him potentially one of the more dangerous and beautiful villains out there.
true evil genius.
Hmm.
Nice. Good close on that, James. I like that writing. Good work.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Dark Beast in our game is clearly modeled after the Age of Apocalypse timeline, the whatever it is, the 2.8 something, right?
And
What's
to my knowledge, that is the Dark Beast, right? Dark Beast
right?
is from the Age of Apocalypse timeline. Yeah, sorry, I should have clarified. The whole time I'm
Yeah.
talking about the other one maybe making the turn over time. Regular Hank McCoy always remained Beast. It's just he maybe made some real ambiguous, morally ambiguous decisions over time,
Right.
maybe aligning the two of them a little more than we might initially think. But Dark Beast is coming from that Apocalypse timeline. He is who he is, and he travels over to 616. So
Right.
we end up having two beasts at the same time. Oh,
A few people make that trip, so
yeah, and none of them wear these little goatees. So more's the pity.
shoot.
Hmm.
This is itchy, by the way.
It gets worse.
Oh God.
I
Yeah.
fooled you both. I never peeled off the sticky stuff on the back.
That was smart.
This
I
is
trusted
my real
James.
goatee that I'm wearing. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Hmm.
Huh.
Nice. Now we all look like Steve.
I mean, it can't be an evil villain. I mean, I got the rest of the beard going right now too, but it's there. Shall we look at cards?
Sure.
Let's do. Where do we
do it.
find these cards?
Yeah, all right. So let's look at the Dark Beast scenario found in the Age of Apocalypse campaign box. It is our fourth scenario in the box, 13 total cards, 10 by title. Now, the scenario is going to require Genosha, Savage Lands, Blue Moon, and it suggests you play with the Dystopian Nightmare as well. We're going to talk about all our encounter cards from the set and the whole thing tonight.
Woof.
So, yeah. Daniel, you have just been on a non-bogus journey. Why don't you tell us about Dark Beast's bogus journey?
I will tell you about the main scheme, of course. Dark Beast Bogus Journey. 1A, the main scheme, contents Dark Beast 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 for expert mode. Dark Beast, Blue Moon, No Savage Land standard sets, one modular set, Dystopian Nightmare, as you've already said, Steve. Now, in the setup, you set the Blue Moon, Genosha, and Savage Land sets aside, including each environment card in those sets. In expert mode, you will reveal the high-tech goggles attachment. But we'll hear about that later.
Yep.
Now, flip the card to 1B. This main scheme has 10 threat per player. Dark Beast activates his time machine to ensure the rise of Apocalypse, but your quick action ruins his calculations. You wrestle for control of the device as it transports you through time and space. If this stage is completed, the players lose the game. Starts with 1 threat per player, goes up 1 per player each round. Guys, I just have one question about this card. Why is Dark Beast attacking the heroes with a hairbrush?
No, that's his time portal control device.
Oh, I couldn't tell if it was an
Why-
upside down stool, a popcorn maker, or a hairbrush.
Why does Gamora have two blades coming out of her hand?
That's not Gamora.
Kind of
It's
looks like
X-23.
Gamora.
X-23.
Yeah, kind of looks like Gamora.
Is
It's
it?
very green.
It's the green light of the time portal, man.
Why has that unbuff She-Hulk? Okay, buff still, but just not She-Hulk Hulk, not Hulky.
Yeah.
She's
No,
very green. That X-23.
It's gotta be X-23. Well, and for a while I thought that Dark Beast had metallic pants like Colossus, but I think those are just pants that are odd.
They were a little bit roguishly open at the front, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like they might be shorts or
Yeah, I think
like
They're capri.
a
They're
unitard.
no, they're
Unitard.
capri pants.
capri
Unitard.
pants.
They're capri pants.
Yeah,
This was the '90s, after all.
got to be comfortable. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
And then cable over there.
huh.
So the interesting piece with the setup there is you're going to put the environments from the 3 modular sets aside and ignore their setup text on those environments, right? You're not going to put any of them out.
Okay.
So, yep.
And it's one of those one scheme scenarios.
Yeah, and pretty simple. It's got like flavor text and the players lose.
Yep.
There's nothing there you have to think about because there's stuff elsewhere to think about.
You know what? I
Ooh.
appreciate that.
Yeah, sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
You also know what? For all of these encounter sets, one thing I actually mentioned, I failed to mention in the lore part, but just as a thing to put out there in case you're looking to spice up this scenario later, Dark Beast, while he was working as the chief geneticist for Apocalypse, did create the Infinites.
Yes.
Remember those guys?
Yep.
He was
the Unis.
very much responsible for a lot of their creation. So just putting it out there, we've already had them, but just think about that if you come to, mixing up this a little bit in the future.
Yeah, we're even going to see a piece of art later on with him in an infinite. So, yeah. Well, all right. Let's talk Dark
Let's
Beast.
go to the man of the hour.
Yeah, James, you're here. Why don't you read all 3 Dark Beasts?
Dark Beast 1, he has 2 scheme, 2 attack, and he is a brute genius. When Dark Beast attacks you, resolve the special ability on the setting environment is his forced interrupt, and he also has a when revealed. Okay, so version 1, when revealed, reveal a random set aside environment and shuffle the rest of its encounter set into the encounter deck. He has a nice little quote. The villain's work is never done. And he has 15 hit points per player. Okay, version 1. Version 2, Dark Beast. Version 2, Scheme of 2, Attack of 2, Brute, and Genius Traded. Forced Interrupt. When Dark Beast attacks you, resolve the special ability on the setting environment is his Forced Interrupt. And then there is a when revealed. Reveal a random set-aside environment and shuffle the rest of its encounter set into the encounter deck. Deal each player an encounter card.
Okay.
And he has 18 hit points per person. So exactly the same stats for scheme and attack, exact same setup for the forced interrupt, exact same setup for the when revealed, only this second version has 3 extra hit points per player, and you're also going to deal each person an encounter card if you're starting an expert. Then when you get to Dark Beast version number 3, he has 3 scheme, 2 attack. Steve, Daniel, can you guess what his forced interrupt might be?
Probably something about when he attacks you.
When Dark Beast attacks you, resolve the special ability on the setting environment, and
I
when
didn't see that
revealed,
coming, James. I'm sorry.
how could you? Because he's probably jumping through time. When revealed, reveal a random set-aside environment and shuffle the rest of its encounter set into the encounter deck. Deal each player an encounter card, and this time he has a nice chunky 22 hit points per player.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the art on it is fun. Let's talk art for a second.
I like that he has a power drill, or is that
I think it's a saw. I think it's like a bone saw.
Bone saw, yeah.
Oh, it's not the electric carving knife for like Thanksgiving?
It could be.
It could be, right?
It could be. Yeah.
It could be like a Theragun, like a massage gun that he has fashioned into a carving knife.
It's definitely for his cruel experiments and things like that. So, yeah. I mean, if you mistake this guy for regular Beast, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I mean, this one is like gray.
And he has been taking some Wolverine hairstyling classes. It's very Wolverine-y hair he's got there.
He's got the Wolverine hair and the Bruce Banner shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's much more of that original gray.
Now, isn't he always this big?
Yeah, he doesn't change form, Daniel. He doesn't change
Right.
form.
So why is he wearing a ripped shirt?
I think he's been in the lab for so long. His clothes have just deteriorated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's obsessing over his work. Who needs to shower? It's the Age of Apocalypse timeline. Everything's already a bit rough and ready.
I don't know.
So this is commissioned art, but my headcanon is he's been fighting somebody who's ripped his shirt. He's leapt over to this side of the lab, grabbed this bone saw, and is turning menacingly back to the hero, and he's like, now you're going to get it.
Well,
right?
what happened, Steve, is he attacked X-23 with a hairbrush.
Right.
That
ripped his
didn't
shirt
work.
up.
She ripped up his jacket a lot with those claws.
Yeah. There
And
you
he's
go.
like, okay, I've got claws too. And he grabs his little carving knife.
Yeah.
It really seems like Cable was trying to get a hold of that hairbrush as well. Actually, now I'm not sure it's a hairbrush. I think it's a self-tanning gun.
I don't know.
That's the little yellow light. Okay, so back on track. Back on track.
Sorry. Yes.
Okay, so when a dark beast comes out, you put out one of the environments that you have set aside. So you travel to Genosha, the Savage Lands, or the blue area of the moon, right? You put that environment into play, you shuffle the rest of the cards in the set, and now you have those environments, which we have talked about on previous shows. You're giving him steady or retaliate. You're discarding cards, you're taking damage, you're putting threat on the main scheme every time he attacks, right? There's these different options. So every time you play against him, it's a little different based on, right? At least, I mean, there's 3 variations the way you're going to start the game. And then you're going to defeat one version of it and you're going to go somewhere else, which could be a different combination. I know the combinations have a limit to them, but it's a little different each time, so.
And depending on if you're the beautiful thing about all of these setup things, especially when it's a bit of a mystery setup, you can build your deck one way. You build, let's say you're building a Colossus thing up. I'm going to do that, lean into the whole turf, going to give myself all these turfs. And then you get the one that keeps pinging damage. You're like,
Right.
okay, well, great. You thwarted my plans before I even
Stunned and
started.
confused, but he keeps getting steady.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both frustrating, but also great. I appreciate people can play this how they want, so you can't really force them to not see what they get first.
Yeah, well, you got to bring your deck first. So, but you're going to get 2, right? You're going to get 2 out of 3 because at a certain point it's going to come out. You're going to just remove the first one, put the second one out, shuffle more cards in, so you get an interesting combination of, Imperial Guards with dinosaurs, or Magistrate Motors shows up, to give all the Imperial Guard something and things like that, right? So that's fun.
I gotta say, I feel like there was another geneticist that has been on this show who also definitely started with one thing and almost always got a second one unless you played hard into keeping that threat down. So it's nice that these geneticists keep, adding and adding and adding.
Yeah. A sinister geneticist, right?
Yes, sorry, yes, Mr. Sinister. I meant
Yes.
Mr. Sinister. Yes.
Okay, so this is cool. I like Dark Beast. I think it's a fun setup. I think it gives you a neat little different mechanics, changes up. But there's a lot more cards, right? So
can I ask you guys some trivia? Now, there's something unusual about Dark Beast's traits. He is a brute and a genius.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we
Fellas, here is my trivia question. How many other villains or minions share the traits brute genius?
Both traits?
And Steve, will start with you.
Wait, that share both traits or a trait?
Do we have another brute genius? And it could be some other things as well. But do we have another character? How many other characters do we have that are brute and genius?
Calvin Zabo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So Steve, you were guessing 1.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the one I can think of. If he is Mr. Hyde there, brute and a genius. I mean, there's plenty of brutes. There's more brutes than geniuses because of biased towards the villain intellect.
Because of life, Steve.
Right.
Of life.
Okay.
So Steve, you
I'm going with 1.
Aren't many geniuses also just misunderstood in their own time? Maybe later they shall be given the trait, and they were just ahead of the curve, and we don't know it yet.
But they need to be printed on this card for you to guess.
That's right.
That's what Sharpies are for, my friend. Sharpies. Mm-hmm.
So what is your guess, Jane?
My guess for having both is 1.1, I think.
I'm still doubtful that 1 might be too high. So but
the only thing I could think of was not Mr. Hyde. What's his other counterpart? And I know it's not Jekyll. So
it's Calvin
because
Zabo.
you got that, I'll say 1.1 instead of 0.9.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Steve, your fear and suspicion is right. Dark Beast is the only brute genius in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's lots of brutes and a couple geniuses, but
Is there really
not many.
more brutes than geniuses?
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah.
If you're talking on the villain side,
The
for
trait.
sure.
You're looking
if
at
you
the
start,
trait. Yeah.
If you start incorporating some of the hero people over, maybe that changes a bit. But there's quite a few brutes.
Yeah. There's a lot of brutes.
How many geniuses
Actually,
are there?
not that many brutes. There's just multiple cards of brutes.
Right.
Like,
That's a good point.
I'm looking at brutes, and there's like maybe 16.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's quite a lot.
Okay, is that a lot? All right.
You know what I think of?
Well, compared to the geniuses.
I will say that I think of genii using, but not brute using, pieces of tech. Steve,
Oh,
got any tech?
we're going right to it. We're not going to tell the folks how many geniuses there are. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that Daniel had pulled individually as
No,
well.
there are very few geniuses.
Yeah, I think it's like 9. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
8.
6, 7, 8, 9. Steve,
Damn
you
it.
are such a nerd.
yes, I am a genius. Woo!
Wow.
But
I know
I
you
won't
can't
tell
name
you.
them
I
all.
won't tell you how I knew there were 9 of them. So.
Okay, Steve, wait. Quick trivia before you go.
Okay.
What genius in the game is also traded as bird?
Thomas Edison,
Nailed it.
but he's not a bird.
He's not a bird.
He's not a bird.
I also resent the fact that you only offered that piece of trivia to Steve. You didn't even include me anymore, Daniel. But
He knew you knew it.
How about this,
He knew you
James?
knew it.
Here's your genius trivia. One of the cards that shows up in a Marvel database here is actually traded Goblin. Why is that?
because he was like eating nuts at the same time.
What?
Oh. Wait. So he's a genius goblin.
Well, if you type in genius under the trait search, you get a card that only says Goblin trait.
Because it's the backside of his genius. It's alter ego and his villain side. It's Osborn.
There you go.
He's a genius on one side and a goblin on the other.
He's a genius and something else on his Norman Osborn side.
Entrepreneur.
Close, James. Close.
Businessman?
I completely misheard the question as well. Did not follow you at all there. And he is not eating nuts in either picture, right?
He is not eating nuts.
So I don't even get that right.
I don't think.
No.
He's a businessman.
Yeah.
And genius. Yeah. But enough random stupid trivia.
Okay.
James, you said something about tech.
I did, but I'm kind of over it now.
Yeah, my turn. Okay, so if you start the game in expert mode, you will attach the high-tech goggles to your level 2 Dark Beast. So let me tell you about the high-tech goggles. They are an attachment with the tech trait. They provide +1 scheme. They attach to Dark Beast. And there's a hero action. Exhaust your hero and resolve the special ability on the setting environment. Discard this card. With a special boost, attach this card to Dark Beast. Okay, so an expert, if you start the game, he's really a 3 scheme right off the bat. And you got to trigger those special abilities, which, right, one of them is add threat, one of them is discard 3 cards off the top of your deck, and the other one is take 1 damage. So, Okay. Those are not the type of goggles you said he normally wears. So,
right. I think he's normally a bit more rounded and steampunky, at least what I'd seen.
I think we'll see those later.
But he does do high techy, and these ones literally say high tech. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you know what a group of geese are called?
A gaggle.
Yeah. And what are these, Steve?
High-tech gaggles. Is that what you wanted me to say?
Potato, potato, gaggle, goggle.
Goggle. Okay. Let's call the whole thing off.
This has been like weird 5 minutes.
It really has been. Daniel, you're back on track. Next card. Let's move on. There's only like 4 cards left to go, so let's talk about them.
Okay. The next card is genetic enhancement. This is an attachment, a condition attachment that goes to Dark Beast. It gives him +1 attack. Hero action. You can exhaust your hero and resolve the special ability on the setting environment to discard this card. It has a special boost that says attach this card to Dark Beast.
Okay.
It needs
love having choices.
Boost icons.
Yeah, like a couple as well as the special.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Anyway, it is the sister card to the goggles.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Forcing you
So,
to either give him +1 attack or trigger the special.
yep.
And exhaust your hero. So that's, I think that's worse than maybe the special
Yeah.
sometimes. So
It's a very Arnie pose in this one as well. He's really lifting up, showing off those furry triceps. Maybe picking up a filing cabinet. Not sure what he's got.
yeah,
Something from
I
an
think it's a
office
filing
or
cabinet. You can see the
yeah,
drawer flying out the back.
yeah.
Papers everywhere.
Yeah, he looks mad at this paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I already filled out my TPS report.
I mean, we probably don't understand how much of a genius's day-to-day is paperwork.
Mm,
So this is
Yeah.
this is the moment where you see his brute quality come out.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, I heard
Sometimes just
Apocalypse
enough
was
is enough, right?
Yeah, Apocalypse
Yep.
was a stickler for, documentation. So
Stuff in triplicate and
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I get it.
he does
mean, we've
not
all
want
been
to be
there.
doing all of that paperwork. He just wants to be working on some cruel experiments.
Ooh, why don't you tell us about those, James?
Well, there's two of them. That you know, there's two cruel experiments, and this attachment is going to give him +1 scheme and +1 attack. And if it's going on a minion, it's going to give them 2 hit points and guard. So when revealed, we're going to discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a minion, reveal that minion, and attach Cruel Experiment to it. And in the artwork, we see Dark Beast with a lovely red liquid, some kind of blue box over the top of an infinite of some kind. And he is getting ready to turn them into a guard with 2 extra hit points. Throw on that attack, throw on that scheme. It has 2 boost icons. And I could do this with anesthesia, but what fun would that be? So saith the beast.
Yeah, I like these attachments that go and pull out a minion, right?
Mhm.
So since you have to play with one of the 3 modular sets, and it says reveal them, so you could go, like, if you're on the Blue Moon, you could go get one of the Imperial Guard, and 4 out of 5 of them have a when revealed effect. So you're going to trigger that. Plus they have teamwork, so that could hurt you, right? The Velociraptor is Quick Strike if you're playing out of the Savage Lands. The Pterosaur has a when revealed. So, like, if you're playing there, those could trigger and cause you some harm. And then the Magistrates from Genosha don't have when revealed effects. But, they're a little beefier and they have some other things, right? So you could be pulling out a tough guy or patrol or something like that. So, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and
Very nice, very nice.
you're pumping up their hit points, which is cool. It's always nice. So I don't know how cruel it is to give somebody extra health. So
And make them
He's not-
stronger and smarter.
He's
Right.
not giving them
Yeah.
an anesthetic. So maybe that's
guess
the
that's
cruel
it.
part.
that's the cruel part.
know,
Yeah,
that's the
but
cruel
I
part.
mean, only weak-willed minions need anesthesia, so we don't have any of those around here. We're okay.
Not
Fine.
anymore, you don't.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so there's another card here. There's one treachery that comes with the Dark Beast encounter set, and this is his evil genius, where he has his goggles. We're talking about rounder type style.
They look a little more classic.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a treachery when revealed alter ego. Dark Beast schemes. Give him a tough status card. When revealed hero, Dark Beast attacks you. Give him an additional boost card for this attack. 1 boost icon. And there's 3 evil genii in here. So 3 chances to make him activate.
Mhm.
Pretty typical.
In the timeline, this is clearly before the Bonesaw art when he's ripped up his lab coat because it looks all together here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I like that not only is he going to activate against you, but he might get tough or he might get an additional boost. So going to trigger some effects and really pump up his stats when he attacks. But
Yeah.
I don't know if there's too much to say about that card.
I mean, I think it's just a really, really classic. It's just a really classic feeling card.
Yeah.
Right. It's an assault. It's an advance only with a buff. So now you get to deal with twice as many in the deck. It makes it twice as hard for you to decide if you're going to stay up, go down. You really have to start counting cards, and who's counting cards? So you just have to risk losing.
Right. Yeah. Who is counting cards? Nobody.
Nobody. Gambit.
Okay. Gambit. All right. That's fair. All right. Well, there's one left, Daniel. There's one left.
One left. All right. It is a side scheme. Time travel shenanigans. When defeat, well, it comes out with 2 threat per player. It has the, oh my god, I'm brain farting.
Going faster. Going faster.
My god, acceleration. Thank you. When defeated, I'm like,
Welcome back, Daniel. Welcome back.
wow, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Iceland froze my brain. All right. When defeated, the player who defeated the side scheme discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a card from the same encounter set as the setting environment and reveals the just discarded card.
Reveals the
Oh,
just discarded card.
a hyphenated
Just
word, just discarded.
discarded card.
Um,
I'm going to go see if any other card has just discarded.
that is terribly worded.
Okay, wait.
Oh
The
my
player
god!
who defeats
While
this game discards a card
I
from the
was
top of the
reading
encounter
that
deck.
card, I was
Oh no,
confused.
that's not okay. It's easy.
Sorry.
The player defeats the scheme. They discard a card off the top of the deck until they discard
yep.
one that matches the setting environment. So they have to discard a card from the Savage Lands, from the Blue Moon, or from Genosha, right? And then they reveal
Yeah,
that card.
We understand what the card does.
It's not that bad.
It's insulting. It's just weird. It looks weird.
It's
I mean, you know,
why not? Why not? They discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a card from the same encounter set as the setting and reveal it.
Reveal that card.
Reveal that.
and reveal that card. Yeah, yeah.
There's so many ways around what they did. I'm sorry.
It's probably not worth us going on about, though.
No.
It's fun.
No, no one apparently enjoys it when I talk writing this game. So
I'm sure we have now we've got 2 sides of this issue now. What other words should we hyphenate in this game? I want more hyphenated words. So
evil genius, you know.
All right, let's talk about this set as a whole then. Including the modular sets that it comes with, because there's a few oddities and things I want to kind of talk about.
Well, then why don't you kick it off there, Steve?
Okay, so when you play Dark Beast, you have the unique experience of seeing the environments go into the encounter deck now, and they could come back out, because all of these environments, like the Savage Lands, etc., say when revealed, discard each other's setting environment in play. So if you're on the Blue Moon and you defeat Dark Beast, you end up the Savage Lands, let's say, and you discard the Blue Moon into the encounter discard pile, which is why there's 3 boost icons on all of the sets, and they could come back up, so you could move back, right? You could jump between the 2. I don't know how often that happens. The modular sets, or the encounter deck's not super big. I mean, this has, like 10 cards in it. Each environment set has like 8 plus standards like 7, right? Yeah. So there's not a ton. You could definitely go through it and possibly return to where you have been. The Savage Lands has an interesting 1 card, Land Out of Time, which I said I wanted to bring up when we talked Dark Beast, because it has the text on it. If the Savage Lands is in play, resolve its special. So it might not be in play because Savage Lands was the first set you started with, and then you went to a different one, and Savage Lands in the discard pile. So then that can bring you back to the Savage Lands, because it says find and reveal the Savage Lands. So I think that's kind of neat, where you could ebb and flow back and forth between a few of the locations more than just, what I'm trying to say is it might change more often than just once.
Right. It's not like a...
Sure. Right. It's not just like one time and you're done, right? Okay, he's got flight.
Okay, we've left the Savage Lands, now we're the Blue Moon. Yeah.
Right, we're never going back there. And then the 3 of them have some interesting combinations with each other. So you can get Imperial Guard, Pterosaur. You can get, these different combos of environments where maybe everything has a guard now and it's a high-tech mech and things like that. So I think that's kind of neat how it's a little different. And the minions can interact differently depending on where you're at. I really appreciate that for replayability and just something different. You're like, wait, that never happened before. That's kind of cool. So
yeah. Like you can have a bike fall through the time portal into the Savage Land.
Right. Yeah, it comes with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I do have a gripe. I do have a thematic complaint here.
Ooh.
Shall I go now, or do you guys want to talk about mechanics still?
No, this is going to be good. Let's do it.
Okay. We did 3 pieces of lore. We discussed the Savage Lands, and it seems like the Savage Lands is long ago and far away, but it's just in Antarctica in its present day. We talked Blue Moon, and there's all these ruins on there, which the ruins happened long ago, but they go there in modern day. And Genosha is constant, like it's modern day, right? Like, and the theme says this is a time portal, and you're traveling through time and space, but it feels more like you're just traveling through space. Like you're not really going back in time to the Savage Lands. You're not really going into the future on the Blue Moon. You're not going, I don't know, Genosha. You're just going to Genosha, right? Like, so there's a little bit there that's a little odd. Now I know this story specifically is its own Marvel Champions world, and it's telling its own tale, and it brings up that there's time portal over and over and over again throughout the story. But like the settings that you go to don't feel like you're in a different time. You're just in a different place.
Now, Steve, if someone transported me to where there are dinosaurs, even though it's 2025 when they do it, and when I get there, it's still going to feel
correct
that I have traveled to the past.
Yeah. And it's possible that this is the Savage Lands in the past, but the Savage Lands exists now in Marvel continuity. Right?
Sure.
So like,
but it actually is Savage Land from the past, Steve, in this mod set.
Do we know that?
Yes.
How do we know that?
You just have to know it, Steve. Listen to your heart.
If you know it, you know it. Okay, all right, okay.
Got you.
That's my only.
The ruins of the Blue Moon are ruins from the far. Well, okay, that doesn't work.
Right. So
okay, maybe Genosha is just like 3 weeks ago. Genosha, just because it's time travel. Why do you have to think about it being like ages away? You know,
it's tomorrow.
Oh,
we just went to tomorrow. Okay,
it's just time traveling around a week, which is more terrifying. You could end up being Bill Murray.
There isn't an emotional quality to time travel, right? So, like the context and where you are is going to feel a certain way. Like, I see a T-Rex running at me. I'm like, holy language! This must be 265 million years ago. Yeah, which might be wrong based on what Evil Dr. Matt has taught us. Maybe 65 million years ago.
Now, did he have a goatee, or is he the ungoatee? He's the one with the goatee.
He's the one with the goatee. Yeah.
Okay, so he's legitimately the evil doctor. Okay.
And I also know that if it's got 2 fingers, it is a T-Rex running at me.
Right, we learned that. I shared that with someone at work, and they were impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
We learned real things on this show.
Did you do an impression of the 2 fingers, and then did you do an impression of a T-Rex running?
I did the 2 fingers, but I didn't run. Yeah.
Anyway, point being, Steve,
anyways, that's my only.
Like you time traveled without.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're time traveling. Now I understand when we read the book and you read the story, there's a time machine in there in the whole book, and it's working its way through. But like the Apocalypse timeline is not necessarily a futuristic timeline; it's an alternate timeline. So yeah, there's a little bit of funkiness, and maybe that's just X-Men time travel. It's too confusing, so I don't get it all the time.
Maybe in the Apocalypse timeline, Genosha is in the present, and Blue Moon is in the future, and Savage Land is in the past.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe we can all make stuff up too.
Yeah. All right. That's it. It's pretty minor. So
a valid point, though.
Is it? I hope so.
Yeah, I think it came up. It came up on Blue Moon. It came up on Blue Moon as well. We did point this out in Blue Moon. There's a little interesting that Blue Moon looks so futuristic and that Savage Land looks so historic, and yet they are both occurring at the same time in Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
Fact.
All right. Well, what do you guys think of it? Let's talk gameplay. James, do you like playing this Dark Beast?
I do like playing this Dark Beast. I think I like it so much because he kind of pulls me back a little bit to Marvel Champions of yore. He feels kind of honestly, he feels kind of vanilla-y in a way that I really like. I can just bring him down to the table. He's got a good amount of hit points to, chew through. I like that his evil genius has 3 copper. I'm just having to deal with the meat and potatoes of champions. The villain is scheming against me. The villain is attacking me. He's way more interesting to me than playing someone like Rhino, where I'm having to really work hard to, spice him up a bit with these mod sets. I really quite like him. Yeah, I've had a lot of fun playing with Dark Beast, and that simple modularity. It's not too involved. I just do my setup and then mix them up so I don't know which thing I'm putting in first, and I'm good to go. And I can play it 3 times, have a different experience each time. I really like it.
Yeah, I think that's well said. And you do put in a modular set, right? They suggest Dystopia Nightmare, which has some obligations and stuns you and stuff, but you can put in anything, right? So you can still tweak it. You can add stuff that gives him upgrades. You can put in heavy side schemes. You can throw in more minions. So
I
like,
have not played this with the infinite mod set, but doing the research for the lore, I'm going to absolutely
Mhm.
include the infinite mod set, and I'm going to have a lot of fun when I look at the cool experiment artwork being attached to that, infinite, and I can think of all the horrible things he did to them without an anesthetic.
Nice. Daniel, what do you think?
Yeah. So I have played Dark Beast only in my least favorite format of this game, and
Oh
that is
no.
solo. Um,
Did you lose?
I lost over and over and quickly. So
Really?
Were
in that
those
regard,
evil genii cards anything to do with it?
yeah, it
And
was.
flipping down?
Yeah, there was this. I would really, really like to play this multiplayer. Because I
We should go have a
imagine,
fancy lunch, Daniel, and we can play this together.
I would fancy that, James.
Great.
Because I just this was really hard, and it should be. It's the fourth scenario, right? But like, I, oof, yeah. And every solo's hard for me anyway. So, but it was nice to get an idea of like what it's meant to do, and what I wish. A part of me wishes that, and maybe this is a thing that we can just decide to do. There's plenty of settings out there, right, guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's all the Mojo ones.
Like mod sets that have settings,
I have
right?
I have played it with the Mojo ones, and it really is not hard to just think of, because the one thing that it is that you do have to resolve the special. A lot of settings don't have the special ability resolve, but as
Okay.
long as
Okay.
whoever's playing it is happy to be creative and say, okay, this setting gives people tough. Okay, I'll
All
resolve the
right. I
special.
like
I'll
that.
give every minion tough, or minions gain quick strike. Okay, I'll let each of the
Yeah.
minions attack me. They can be they can be real rough, but you can, as long as you're willing to house rule it,
Yeah.
totally works.
Cool. I'm glad to hear you say that. So yeah, I've my familiarity with this scenario is quick, bloody, sad, and octagon solo.
Well, let's get a game in then
So I would
next.
love to get a game in next time
After
we do
our
it.
campaign
Not
finishes,
our
we'll
campaign. Yeah.
yeah, we'll visit some Dark Beast. Yeah, I played a solo game just today again, and you got to keep on top of the minions. And if you don't get the setting that makes them steady, I can't remember which one it is. You can like stun or confuse them, which gives you a lot better options to prevent the setting from going off or to flip down to get a reprieve. Um,
I just have never figured out a way to play solo where you deal with everything. And I know you nerds can do it, but I just uh, something gets me
Is it
something hits
something
me
like,
too fast, too hard. I don't know.
I
So
know that you've mentioned in the past, are you actively hoping to, because you don't have to enjoy or want to play solo with this game, Daniel.
I hate it. I hate it.
Okay.
he has a professional obligation to at least give it a try once in a while.
I have to
It's
know how the thing is supposed to work. Right? So I had to play Dark Beast long enough to get how the settings come out and blah blah blah.
Start
But I
making
did
those
not enjoy it.
There's so many of you people out there listening. Make some solo decks for Daniel, publish it on Marvel's CDB, and
send it our
email it
way.
in.
Yep.
Email
It
it in.
still
Help
won't make me
Daniel.
like the game solo
No, probably not. But you also have to embrace losing.
because I'll still have to just be there and talk to myself.
Yeah, and who wants to talk to Daniel?
And I know
Jeez.
me, and I feel
Oh,
like you, Steve. Who wants that?
who
This
wants
is a
that?
dark, dark place that we're going to, guys.
It's a dark beast.
So
It's Dark Daniel. It's Dark
dark.
Daniel.
Yeah, you'll know that I've been taken over by some kind of alien parasite when I tell you I enjoy solo. The other reason I don't like solo is I very rarely see more than 50% of an encounter deck. So,
Yeah,
like, I like to go
yeah.
through it. I like to see what the thing can do. It's just,
You need
anyway.
longer games. But yeah.
Yeah, which needs me and my 3 best friends. So, but I like what it's trying to do. I like what it's trying to do. I think it's very different, and it's cool, actually. The build of the scenario is cool.
All right, so if we have to rate it, which we do, Daniel, I'm going to make you rate it first.
As a solo experience, I'm going to rate it a C, and I will get back to the community when we play this multiplayer.
Okay, sounds good. And James?
If Daniel's going to give it a C, I'm going to give it an A hyphen.
Okay, not an A minus, a
No,
hyphen.
no, not an A minus, an A hyphen. Awesome. There you go. A hyphen awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I like it. It's fun. It's good. It's a good time. And let's get some multiplayer games in, Daniel. So
please do. And you alluded to this before, Steve. I really like that you're not thinking about the scheme, because I can't remember the last time we had a scenario where either the villain or the scheme was like, think about these 7 things during villain phase part 1, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just you lose when it's over. There's no special thing like keeping track of different counters. So
yeah, I like a good mix of those, right? Like the meat and potatoes, I want to play. I just want to see a thing. And then I want a different scenario that does all these crazy things and super complex. So it's nice that we're able to get a little bit of both all the time. So, all right. Well, this is Dark Beast. This is our goatee wearing alter egos. James, thank you very much for coming on as our elite minion. I think we have one more elite minion show with you in a couple weeks. You're gonna get a little break and you're gonna come back.
And regale us with what?
Clan Akaba.
Oh, I nearly joined those guys once. Okay, that'll be cool.
Yeah. Good. You'll know all about them. We're nearing, we're working our way towards the end of this box. We're getting closer. We just did Dark Beast, so we don't have too many to go.
So if I understand this correctly, despite me being me, I'm still coming back one more time.
Once more.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. We're going to do it again.
Folks.
Yeah. At least once more. So, yeah. So folks can tell us, do they like James or do they like Dark James? Yeah. What do you think of the he looks good with the goatee. And what do you think of the single show when we have fewer cards? Do you like that? Don't forget the Loki contest. Rate and review, send in emails, all that sort of stuff, folks. So
Steve, the glue it's starting to burn me.
Okay, we better get out of here before the lab to get it off.
My face is smoking. Where's that collar, Steve?
Oh, yeah. All right. We have the beat stick right over there. Let's get done with this. Let's take care of James.
I need the calamine.
You can email us at criticalencounterspod@gmail.com. We're at Critical Encounters on Facebook. You can find our YouTube, Twitch, or Patreon by searching for Critical Encounters Podcast. And on Discord, we are Verdane, Big Fun Love, and Darcy. If you like our show, tell your friends. If you don't like our show, tell your enemy. Dark Beast, take us out.
A villain's work is never done